Hello comic book fans, welcome back. If you watched the first video and you came back for the second video, I certainly do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm going to say the same thing that you hear on every single one of these videos that you've watched, not just mine, but I'm sure everybody else's. Feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, go ahead and follow me. I do plan on doing quite a few more videos of comic book related stuff. Today, like I said on the last video, I'm going to go ahead and do the one in response to Comic Collector Geek's video about the best punching covers. So I'm gonna actually take a little different take on it. I'm gonna do two different videos. One I'm gonna do is gonna be all Amazing Spider-Man covers. That is my favorite character. The one I'm doing today is actually gonna be just random covers. It's not gonna be all one character, all one title. So you're gonna have quite a different selection here today. But like I said, I'm gonna follow this one up with a video that's just gonna be all Amazing Spider-Man and just different covers of him punching people and people punching him. So let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So the first one we have is Marvel Premiere number 15, the first appearance of Iron Fist, Danny Rand. As you can see, he's punching not only the guy in the front, but he also got the guy in the back as well. And just as a little extra bonus, he's kicking this guy in the face here too. I really like this book. This is one I had as a kid, and then unfortunately something happened to it. I'm not sure what happened to it, but it got lost. Was able to get it back quite a few years later once I got back into comic book collecting. So I'm really happy to have this one. I'm not really sure what the grade on this would be. Probably about, I would probably say about a 4, maybe 4.5. There is quite a bit of spine damage to it. Not terrible, but quite a few spine ticks on it. Corners aren't quite as sharp as they should be either. You can see there, but overall it's a very nice presented copy of Marvel Premiere number 15, the first appearance of Iron Fist. The next book I have up here is going to be the Green Lantern number 22. I really thought this was a great punching cover because he's actually being punched by his own ring. I thought that was pretty funny. So I figured I'd go ahead and throw this one in there. Don't know of too much significance to this one really, other than just it's Green Lantern number 22 and the ring is basically punching him, punching its owner. I thought that was pretty funny. It's a pretty nice copy. Probably a little bit of mid-grade, maybe a 4.5 or a 5. You can say it's probably fine plus condition. So I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, up next we have another DC comic book. This is The Flash, number 198. And he's just getting punched by Zoom quite a few times. You can see all the little fists from Zoom just knocking him from all different directions. He's actually beating him kind of bloody at him. So I thought that was pretty cool as far as punching comic book covers go. Now this one is a bit of a higher grade, but again, this is quite a new book. This isn't a Silver Age or Golden Age or anything. This is much more current. So for this to be in a lower grade would be a little bit surprising. So this is probably a 9.4, 9.6. Okay, up next we have another book with Iron Fist. This is actually Iron Fist number 1, where he is actually punching Iron Man, and Iron Man is hitting him with his repulsor blast. So I thought that was pretty good as far as punching covers go. The only significance for this one really is it's just the first appearance of Iron Fist in his own title, and this is the first Iron Fist series as well. But this is a pretty nice copy. I would say this is probably about a 6, maybe 6.5. Not too much damage to it. The spine's pretty nice. It's got a couple spine ticks on it. The back is really nice as well. Unfortunately, I can't really show you the back without taking it out. Alright, up next we actually have a copy of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 67. We just have Lady J punching Flint. And you can tell that he's really, getting pretty good there. Tell by the look on his face. Again, this isn't a bad copy. It's probably about an 8, 8.5 maybe. Really no spine ticks other than a couple here and there. But I just thought that was a pretty funny cover as far as punching goes. She's clocking him pretty good there. This next one is actually Detective Comics, number 467. I just like this one because it's actually Batman punching Batman. So I thought that was pretty good as far as punching comic book covers go. This one I would probably say probably about a 3. There's good amount of spine wear. There's not any real major spine damage. There's no pieces missing or anything like that, but it does have a lot of rubbing where, you know, colors come off just from being read over and over again. But I like that cover. Alright, up next we have a copy of Aquaman number 35. This is actually the first appearance of the Black Manta. This is not actually on the book. This is on the bag itself. So the sticker's not on the book, it's on the bag. But yeah, this is the first appearance of the Black Manta. And you can see that Aquaman is actually punching Ocean Master right here. So that's the reason I picked that one, because I just like the Black Manta. It's probably my favorite Aquaman villain of all time. I always loved him since I was a kid. So I thought it was pretty great. This is a pretty good copy. This is probably a 3.5, maybe a 4. But this is a much older book, so 3.54, first appearance of Black Manta. I'll take that all day. Alright, up next we have another Batman comic book. This is Batman 496, and you can tell he's been punching the Joker over and over again on this one, because both Batman's fist and the Joker are pretty bloody. And you can see Robin's spirit in the background kind of egging him on to do it. So I thought this was pretty good as far as punching goes, just because of the fact that there is quite a display of violence on this cover, which you don't really see too often. You see it more often in DC than you do in Marvel, but even DC doesn't really show you people just bloodied up all that often, especially on the cover, especially for a much more recent comic book. Now maybe a little bit older comic books they might have shown you, especially, you know, Golden Age. Now there weren't any DC Golden Age books all that much, but you know, Golden Age they really didn't have too much problem showing all kinds of crazy stuff on the covers. But since the comic code went into effect, they really don't show that much blood on covers too often for the major publishers. So that was pretty cool. Up next we have a copy of Army of Darkness number 2. This is the limited series based on the movie. You can see Ash is punching the skull, and he shattered the skull quite a bit on that one there. So I thought that was a pretty good cover. I always loved the Evil Dead movies, and Ash is a character that I've always loved quite a bit. So I was real happy to be when they actually started making these comic books. I thought that was pretty good. And if you haven't watched the video on Comic Collector Geek, the reason he actually did this challenge for the punching covers was because he's a big fan of the old 60s Batman TV show with Adam West, which I love as well. I always thought it was really great, but if you haven't seen it, well, when he punches people, they always put this big pow, you know, bang, zip, zoom, stuff like that. So I picked this one as the final one to show, and this is Captain Marvel number 50. You can see it's actually Billy Batson who's punching the guy. And you can see it actually says POW inside the little punch graphic, so I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought this really matched up quite well with the challenge itself that he put forth. So that's the reason I picked this one. Obviously this one's not in very good shape. It's quite an old comic book. You can see there's a lot of staining, especially on this side right here. In this little area, there's a lot of staining on it, so it's not a very high grade at all. I would say this is probably, with the amount of staining on it, I'd probably give it a 1.5, maybe 2 at the best. And that's very generous. You can see there's also a lot of water damage at the bottom, so more than likely it'd be in the 1.5 range, maybe 1.8, possibly a 2 if they're feeling generous. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Like I said, I'm going to be doing one more video, and that's going to have all Amazing Spider-Man comic books. So, like I said, him punching other people, people punching him, not necessarily even people punching him. There's going to be one in there that's not a human that's going to be punching Spider-Man. But go ahead and check that video out to see what I'm talking about. Again, I do appreciate you stopping by, watching the video. Have a great day.